I bet if you're anything like me, you have completely overwhelming thoughts that can intrude on you, start to swirl around nonstop in your mind, maybe even cloud your judgment, mess up your day, your week, month, year, mess up your life. In today's video, we're going to clear some of that swirling around one of ACT's great myths. We're going to debunk something in ACT, but we're also going to do a new technique that's long been celebrated as an ACT classic, seeing your thoughts as clouds. We're going to try a little bit of a different approach with that today. My name's Tim Gordon. I'm a social worker, author, ACT trainer, and I'm excited to share this meaningful, useful tool with you. If we can imagine from an acceptance and commitment therapy perspective that one of the core processes, the self as context, often misunderstood, gets into a bit of a metaphysical essentialism, and even something that I myself notice my judgment getting a bit clouded around, if you will, something that I have a hard time interrupting, which is when people associate ACT with perhaps an Eastern spiritualism. I've even had folks comment in workshops that I've given in the comments on this YouTube channel that ACT is based on Eastern spirituality, which is simply not true. The self as context is a robust behavioral process that is extremely well defined. What I want you to imagine is that who you are is not your experience. You can observe your experience. If you see yourself as the context, meaning that who you are is the context of your experience, you are the place where experience happens. That automatically might situate you as seeing yourself as the observer, but you are the ongoing flow of your experience. You're not quite simply the experience in this moment. You're able to observe it. You're able to notice it, be diffused from it, if you will. Again, another often misunderstood ACT term, because when we're diffused, we see our content, and then we can evaluate what the outcomes are when we get fused, when we take it as literal. Seeing the self as the context can be fun, and we can have a little bit of playfulness with this using the ACT classic metaphor of seeing your thoughts as clouds. In this example, what we're going to do, especially when your mind is racing, especially when there are lots of different weather systems going on perhaps inside of you in your mind, I can offer you the perspective that you're experiencing is the sky. It's the landscape of what we can see. And all of the different things that we see, clouds, rain, hail, dark, scary clouds, light, fluffy, cute, grape clustered clouds, clouds that look like houses, clouds that look like our best friends, clouds that look like pigs, farm animals, that we can see them just as thoughts, as experiences. Maybe we could even see some of our memories and the different things that ping in our minds, feelings, as just weather systems and clouds, because it doesn't last permanently. So without any further ado, and I know I've been a little bit technical describing the self as context, with this ACT exercise, I'd like to show you how to slow down, get out of the racing mind, seeing your thoughts as clouds, and seeing yourself, who you are, as the context of your experience, as the sky that can contain all of that weather. Let's dive into this exercise. Go ahead and take a breath on purpose. I'm going to invite you to get comfortable for this one. If it helps you to affix your gaze to the screen, noticing the visuals on the screen, go ahead and do that. Allow that to be a gentle guide stimulating you. But if that's too much visual stimulation, allowing the eyes to gently lower and go out of focus. Maybe you can still see the visuals on the screen, but you're not sharply focused on them. Take a breath on purpose with me. Breathe in all the way. Maybe a gentle sigh through the mouth. Just allowing yourself to relax in this moment. And picture yourself lying in a field, looking up at the sky. And take a moment to really see the sky from where you are. Is the sky blue? Maybe different shades of different colors. Maybe you're picturing the backdrop, the sky's color, as it might be in the part of the world that I live in. There's these beautiful pink sunsets. And allow your thoughts to show up in your mind. Allow your worries, difficult, stuck memories, things that you might often just kind of push to the periphery of your mental experiencing, like self-criticisms. Allow those to be here. Imagining them as clouds. Maybe some of those are dark, heavy clouds. Maybe some of those clouds scare you, like the clouds that look kind of purplish or green. The dark clouds that you might associate with Sauron and an invading darkness. But notice that the sky can contain all of it. That the sky does not long for sunshine or clear weather. That the sky allows the clouds to be there. Rain to drop. Lightning to erupt. Hail to pelt from it. And notice that just as these clouds rush in and form and maybe even swirl, imply threats, that they also dissipate. They quite simply do not last forever. Watch your clouds drift across the sky. Would you be willing to point out details about them? Noticing different shapes and colors? How about noticing what it's like to pay attention to clouds? And if you notice yourself having a bit of a reaction to the clouds, maybe wanting to brush some of them away, taking a big cartoon breath, filling your cheeks with air and blowing as hard as you can with all of the might in your lungs to blow the clouds away, well, just notice that reaction. Act encourages us to be present with these clouds. And for some of us, distracting ourselves, perhaps that's dissociating or other very practical, pragmatic, real ways in our lives that we try to push clouds away. This is our time to practice noticing. You do not need to control the weather. We're simply watching it together. Take a breath. Breathe in what you see. With a gentle sigh out through the mouth. Have another moment here to observe your sky. The expansive consciousness of your mind and your experiencing. Knowing that you have space for all of this. When it feels right to you, just bring some motion into your body. Without turning from the sky, just allow yourself to wiggle your fingers, rotate your wrists, roll your shoulders if you're able. Just savoring these last few moments of seeing the interior landscape of your mind, this big sky with weather systems that blow through it. And come back to the space around you. Did you notice that some thoughts would float by easily? Maybe there were pleasant thoughts that you were like, oh, I like that. But then noticing that you liked that also invited something that you didn't like. And then maybe the ones that you don't like stuck around for longer than the ones that you did like. And then you got in your head thinking about that. Well, that's helpful to notice that. I noticed that. Our goal here in acceptance and commitment therapy is not about getting rid of thoughts. We don't make our thoughts the enemy. In fact, the therapeutic contract that we're creating with ourselves by practicing these processes is to not view what we experience as the problem. It's how we experience it that becomes the problem. It's when we don't want to think, when we don't want to feel, that becomes an issue. And it can create experiential avoidance, problematic attempts to push away, dissipate our weather. Notice that you are your experiencing self, a process, that you are not the sky. You are not the clouds. That you allow your thoughts to come and go. And that this new perspective of experiencing and allowing the sky to be your conscious mind, a place inside of you that you can turn into and observe your experience. That's how we situate ourselves as the context of our experience. This is hard work. It's not easy. It's just simple. And that's one of the really difficult parts about ACT. Is it's so incredibly deep and rich and nuanced, and we make it seem simple. We use these mid-level terms like diffusion. Oh, you're not your thoughts, right? It's so much more than that. So much more. I know this isn't easy work. Track what shows up for you. And I would love it if you would engage with me. Write in the comments. I love seeing your comments. Those are really nice clouds for me. Big, beautiful, fluffy, grape clustered clouds. Talk to me. What kind of clouds are you noticing? Good, bad, indifferent? Welcome, unwelcome? I'd love to hear it from you. If this video was helpful, don't forget to hit the like button. It's very reinforcing to me, makes me want to make more of these videos, and please do subscribe. You'll get updated on my future videos when you tap that bell icon. And the best part about it is, as my subscriber count grows, it shows me that this is resonating with you. Please do consider sharing this video with somebody in your world. You never know who this could make a difference to. Next week, we'll be exploring another ACT classic metaphor, the chessboard. Can't wait to see you then. Thanks for following along.